What's going on in our great kitchen set?
Yeah, you were right about that, Joe. We have a lot going on. Executive Chef Mike Wallace from the Grand Hotel Marriott is joining us, and you're going to show us how to make a few different things today. We know it involves some beef.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we're talking about the Grand Dining Room Steakhouse, and which has been a great concept for us because when you're looking at where to dine and everything, we have the Saltwater Grill, which is a seafood, and then this is our steakhouse, and it's been a great compliment to our hotel, and our guests have loved it.
All right, a lot of good stuff, and you're going to show us how to make something that's on the menu this morning.
Yes, absolutely. First, what I wanted to start with the truffle mac and cheese. So if you're going to have mac and cheese, truffle mac and cheese is probably one of the best ways I think you could go.
All right, what are we going to need for this?
We're going to take a little bit of oil, then we're going to take a little bit of onions in here. Just kind of start that.
I'm liking it already. I love onions, so onions and mac and cheese, it sounds good. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. Then we have some homogenized milk, we have cream, of course, lots of cream. We tell our guests at the Grand Hotel that there's 0 calories in all the items that we have at the hotel, and if they go home and the scale is lying to them. So.
Well, when you go to the Grand Hotel, you're going for an escape, so you can't count calories. It really is a vacation. It's a close-to-home vacation. If you've never been, oh my goodness, it's just absolutely breathtaking scenery walking around. There's a spa, there's great food. It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you.
And it's all in Point Clear, by the way, so it's not too far from home, but just far enough.
Absolutely. We're going to let that come up to a boil, and while we do that, we're going to take this beautiful Kobe strip. And why we call it Manhattan is because the beef is so fine, and the marbleization and the quality, we give a little bit smaller portion because it is very expensive. It's one of the most expensive, cuts of beef that you can get, and it's from Snake River Farms. So it's an outstanding cut of beef.
That's a small portion.
That's a small portion.
That looks very big.
That is.
I don't know that I could eat all that.
That's about a 7 and 8 ounce portion, and really that's about all you really need because the marbleization and fat content in there, which of course unfortunately makes everything taste wonderful, is what helps that along. So when we're searing that, what we do is we put some smoked sea salt, which we actually smoke at our hotel ourselves. We smoke our own sea salt. We take a nice marinade of rosemary, garlic, a little bit of bourbon in there as well, and that always helps a little bit of everything. And then we'll take and sear that just like we're doing here. And as this comes to a boil, what we're going to do is we're going to put some roux in here. And roux is basically a portion, it's about the same portion of flour and butter. And this is going to help thicken our actual cream mixture.
Okay.
We're going to get that nice and thick.
All right.
And then we'll go from there. We'll put in our Dijon mustard. Don't put it in the French's yellow mustard. It's not going to taste quite the same.
Okay, you need that Dijon flavor.
That's right. We're going to put a little bit of garlic powder in. We're going to put nutmeg. We put nutmeg in because it gives it kind of an earthy, real nice flavor to it. Then a little bit of white pepper and salt.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounding good. And stir all this up. Now make sure you get this recipe. This might be something that you want to cook tonight. Maybe you want to plan it for the weekend. Plan a nice dinner for your sweetheart. Maybe you want to plan to go to the Grand Hotel and have this. Now all the information about the Grand Hotel Marriott is on our website as well. Studio 10 tab on fox10tv.com. We're going to let this cook a little bit, stir this together. When we come back, we'll see how things are going.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mike Wallace, Executive Chef from the Grand Hotel Marriott, is in our great kitchen set, and you are doing big things, my man. My mouth has been watering all morning long. Tell the folks what we're going to be working on here.
Okay, we're going to be finishing up our truffle mac and cheese first.
Okay.
So we've got all kinds of cheeses in this. So we've got some cheddar cheese. We've got Snow White cheddar, which is really aged. It's real nice quality cheddar cheese, provolone. We've got Monterey Jack.
I can barely take this right now.
And then we've got Parmesan. So we've got a little bit of every known cheese to man, it seems like, in this thing.
It's like the Noah's Ark of cheese dishes.
That's right. That's right. And we're just gonna get that nice and melted. We'll heat that up a little bit. And as we're talking about this, as this is melting, I want to talk a little bit about steak. This steak is just the quality is outstanding. And what we've got for some examples here is we've got ribeye, we've got New York strip, and we've got the filet. Filet is, the king of beef always.
Yes.
And we have choice and prime cuts, certified Angus beef at the Grand Hotel. It's really the best that you can get.
Tell the folks why that makes a difference. Sometimes people aren't really aware of that.
Absolutely. It makes a big difference because a lot of grocery stores, unfortunately, are kind of tricking their customers into feeling that it's premium select. Premium's a great word, but select is not a good word. Select is actually the lowest grade that you can get. There's select, choice, and prime. So when something says select in, that's what it is. It's not the premium part of it. They're just trying to superior premium. They're trying to kind of give you a false insecurity that it's a great cut of meat, and actually it's the lowest cut. So remember, select, choice, and prime.
And it affects the flavor how?
Just the marbleization.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. And the marbleization is all that nice fat that's within the meat.
Yes.
And the Kobe beef is the most flavorful that you can get. This is American Kobe, and then there's Japanese Kobe, which is a little bit different than that, but it's still quite delicious. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to take in our shell pasta. And we already have that kind of pre-cooked already. And when you do that, just make sure it's kind of al dente. And al dente means just to the bite. So when you're thinking of that, because we don't want it over.
You lost one.
I lost one. I did. You don't want to overcook it, because overcooking is going to start getting kind of mashed and mushed. And then we can't forget, we've got black truffle here, which is very expensive, and then we've got white truffle oil. And the white truffle oil is that's imported from Italy. White truffle is probably just about the most expensive item that there is on the face of the earth. So it has great flavor in it. Gives it a nice earthy flavor that is going to be really nice in this mac and cheese. It's not your Kraft kids mac and cheese. I think that's what we're kind of trying to achieve here.
All right. So just to clarify, we've got the most expensive item on the face of the earth, and we have every known cheese known to man, is how you're describing this mac and cheese. So this is gonna be good for sure, no doubt about that. I can't wait to try it. When we come back, you're gonna start to work on this sauce you were telling me about.
Absolutely. This is our Grand Dining Room Steakhouse sauce, and it's going to be really kind of a blend between A1 and Heinz 57. So those two, I kind of like put a little bit of both of those together, kind of marry them together. So we've come up with our own version of it, and as like anything, we do all of our sauces, everything from scratch at the Grand Hotel.
All right, guys, Michael and Cherish, I was telling Chef Mike here that I have a shoot immediately after the show, but I think I might have to be 5 to 10 minutes late because obviously I need to try all this out. What do y'all think?
Welcome back to Studio 10. We are in the great kitchen set. Mike Wallace, the executive chef at the Grand Hotel Marriott, is joining me, and he has been working very, very hard this morning. Now, let everybody know what you have.
Well, what we're finishing off, we've got our truffle mac and cheese over there. We've got our Kobe Manhattan strip. Now we're doing our Grand Dining Room steak sauce.
Sounds good.
So we're going to put a little bit of oil in there, and then what we've got is some shallots, chopped shallots. And so everybody know what shallots are. It's a mixture between onions and garlic. A lot of people don't know that.
Yummy.
Then we've got the garlic in there. We got brown sugar. And we'll just kind of caramelize that up here just for a second.
It sounds good by itself.
Oh, yeah, it smells good, too.
Yes,
brown sugar is always nice. So then from there, we're going to take a little bit of soy sauce, put that in there, a little bit of cider vinegar. We got orange juice, orange zest.
Okay.
And here we got that bourbon again.
All right.
So we got that, a little bit of that. And we have some liquid smoke. We actually make our own liquid smoke from the smoker that I talked to you about before. We got ketchup, and we got some chili sauce, and then raisins. That's kind of the secret ingredient.
And
there.
now you know.
And basically we'll just let that simmer and cook down for a while, and then you puree it. And again, it's very similar to kind of a mixture between Heinz 57 and like A1. I think it's a real nice a blend. Now if you could help me take that and put the
mac and cheese
right into that little skillet. That's what we serve our
that's
our
cheesy.
dishes in. Very cheesy.
Woo.
And then I'm going to cut, while you're doing that, I'm going to cut this strip over here.
All right. And my producer says we've got about 30 seconds left.
No problem.
Oh, that looks good. I'm filling it up.
We got a nice rare to medium rare steak here. We're just going to take that and then put it right here.
The sauce smells great, by the way.
Absolutely. And then grab this.
Okay.
Put that there. And this is how we put our sauce in there, the Grand Dining Room steak sauce, and voila.
There it is. It looks fantastic. You can get this recipe and more information about the Grand Hotel Marriott when you log on to the Studio 10 tab on fox10tv.com. Always great having you here. Thank you so much.
Enjoyed it.